What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday, and y'all know what that means. That means we're gonna have us a good old time tonight. I am your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette, and I want to thank each and every one of you for coming through tonight, guys. We have got a lot of news to go through tonight. We are going to talk about The Rock making money moves, the future of The Boys on Amazon Prime, and yes, we will talk about Blade. But I am excited to tell y'all some great news. And that news is that we're not going to be here for 3 hours. I know I jinx myself every time, but I'm telling y'all now, it's not going to happen. And I believe it's going to be true. Why? Because I got a hot date. I got a hot date with the wife. No, we ain't going nowhere, but we got some work to do tonight, and that is I got to catch up on House of them Dragons. Okay, I have to catch up on them Dragons. It's coming out this Sunday. We will be going live to cover it on Monday, so make sure you tuning in. But I have a lot of work to do. I think we're on episode 4, so we got to hurry up and watch so that we can hurry up and get caught up. So I got a date tonight, y'all. I can't be late messing with y'all tonight. We gonna make this under 3 hours. I'm letting you, where the doubters? Somebody gonna doubt me. Whoever's doubting me ahead of time, shut up. Leave me alone. We gonna make this cut. Okay, we gonna make the cut. I'm putting the positive vibes out there. Okay, I'm trying to put that affirmation out there. We gonna make it. All right, guys. Let's see who is here tonight. Let's give some quick shout outs, and then we gonna get started with this. Paulette, thank you so much for being here. Mr. Mitchell, what is up? Almighty, good to see you. Kristen Pratt, hello. Thank you so much for being here and holding it down with the Mod Squad. Ms. Harper, shout out to you. Thank you for making it out tonight. Mr. Icon, good to see you. Rhonda, homie, what is up? We got the other homies, Zia Latrice. How you doing, ma'am? Treese, how are you? Good to see you. The Boys versus House of the Dragon. That's a good comparison right there. Tracy, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Who else I see? Tyra, hello, good to see you. We got wait, hold on, there we go. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here as well. Appreciate you as always. Lucas, good to see you. 60 plus, what is going on? Corey, good to see you as well. My man Didier is back. Mama J is in the building. Melissa, thank you so much for being here. Cal Payne, thank you so much for hanging out. Toys Food, what is up? Good to see you. Who else I see? There we go. My man Nelson V is here. What is going on? Kristen, good to see you. Kiki West, hello, ma'am. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Raymond, what is going on? My man Theo is back. Jesus, good to see you. Toby, good to see you as well. Mo Jet, what is up? Alexander, how are you? Ricky, hello. T-Ville, how you doing? Come on through. We got Mara Sharice holding it down. Thank you so much. You have been missing out. You have been missing out. I'm not saying you need to come and troll. You know what? Whatever. I'm not even going to encourage it. I'm not going to encourage it. We miss you either way. Thank you so much. CJ, what is going on? Thank you so much for being here. MC, I see you. Queen B, what up? My man Derek is back too. Good to see you. Who else did I see? I know people coming in. Phil Roy, how you doing? Tyronda, hello. Miss Sheila, thank you so much. I'm glad you could catch a live too. What up, Junior? Good to see you. My man Terrence is back in action. Julie, thank you so much for making it out. And shout out to everyone that has been able to make it out tonight. I really appreciate it. And like I said, we gonna make this time crunch. All right, we gonna make it. All right, guys, let's go through it. Like I said, we got some quick topics we're gonna go through. Of course, we will go through the big stuff a little bit later. But let's kind of run through some one of the little bit of updates that we have here, and that is with Toy Story. Listen, Toy Story 1 is phenomenal. That is absolutely one of the best Pixar movies that they have ever made. Toy Story 2, great sequel. Toy Story 3, it was cool. You know, I enjoyed it. Toy Story 4, I'm still wondering why they bothered. Like, there was no real reason to make Toy Story 4. It was okay, but compared to the previous films, nah. But it has been announced that they are doing another Toy Story movie. It is going to be Toy Story 5. Tim Allen, Tom Hanks are returning, but we do have a little bit more information about who's directing, and it is going to be Andrew Stanton. If you didn't know who he is, he did WALL-E and Finding Nemo for Pixar. So, that sounds actually kind of uplifting, I guess. I mean, again, I don't know if we need another Toy Story movie. It's not something I'm asking for. I know Bob Iger had already said that one thing Disney and overall wanted to focus on was basically more sequels, and not everybody needs a sequel, right? But I think he's kind of leaning into successful franchises where sequels have had some level of success. Again, I don't think this needs a sequel. Like, how many times are we going to go through this with the toys? You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, it feels like a cash grab. Like, it does not feel like there's an authentic reason to do this sequel, but it's happening. But I do like the choice for the director. WALL-E and Finding Nemo were solid movies, so it sounds like they're gonna have someone that knows what they're doing. So you guys let me know, how do you feel about a Toy Story movie? Is this something that you're interested in? Maybe you are cool with it, maybe you like all of them. I don't know. Whatever you think, let me know down in the comments. We got another update, and that's for Bad Boys. So listen, Bad Boys 4 is Ride or Die. Bad Boys Ride or Die. You can check out my review. I already posted it. I already told y'all, solid film. Really enjoyed it. Definitely fun. Action was through the roof. Will and Smith are doing a fantastic job with it. But here's the thing. Do we need to keep going with this? Because listen, after 3, I was kind of like, this is cool. I don't know if we need a sequel, but part 4 definitely came through and it delivered. So the question now is, do we need another one? And of course, the studio is asking the same question. So it says here, Bad Boys 5 is already being discussed. Says here, we want to see how this one did at the box office, and I'm sure we'll have conversations this week. Okay, so let's take a look and see what's going on with the box office for Bad Boys 4. Opening week was looking pretty strong, 56 million in the opening weekend. That was solid. But if we look at basically what they're doing right now, it's at 127 million, which, listen, they already met their budget. Their budget was 100 million, and they already broke that in the first weekend. I think that's okay. Oh, I'm sorry, in the first week. That's not bad. Now, the key thing is going to be, are y'all going to actually leave it in theaters? Because if you take it out of theaters and undercut its legs, from making more money, that's really going to hurt the film and the franchise, and I would argue the potential of a sequel. So hopefully, who does it? I think this is Sony. Yeah, I think Sony did this. Hopefully Sony is smart enough to let this cook. Okay, look, let Reggie cook and let the rest of the Bad Boys movie cook in the theaters. Let it make its money. Is it going to make $1 billion? Probably not, but it doesn't need to. Okay, it doesn't have to. All it has to do is just simply make enough money. I would say, what? Okay, 100 million. If it can make 400 million, I think that's a success. But again, the question is, do y'all want another movie? Do we want to kind of leave it where it's at? Or will it feel like a money grab if we get another one? I'm a little iffy on it. I'm not against another one. I'm definitely not against it. But I'm curious to know, what would the other storyline be if we get more of the Bad Boys. Now, I do know I I've been seeing people talk about having a Reggie spinoff. No, thank you. I don't. I loved Reggie was the MVP. Okay, we're not gonna spoil it for people that ain't watch it. Reggie was the MVP. I don't know if Brother is ready to carry an entire movie. Can we get more scenes? Yes, I'm fine with more scenes for Reggie. I don't think we need a whole new spinoff. But I'm kind of curious to know like where they would potentially go, what the story would be. But at this point, I'm like, yo, Will Smith has not disappointed me yet. I know some people are so disgusted with the slap. Whatever. Like, I'm good. And it looks like the box office is good too. So y'all let me know. Do you want to see a Bad Boys 5? What would you like to see in a Bad Boys 5? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you're against it. Maybe you think it's cool where it's at. Leave off on a high note. I don't know. Whatever you guys think, let me know in the comments down below. Let's see. Natalie, what you got? Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day, email. Oh, yo, shout out to all the daddies out there. Happy Father's Day to y'all. What is it? It's Sunday. I'll be forgetting. So this Sunday, happy Father's Day to all of y'all out there. To all the firstborn daughters that look like their dad, like me, we're okay. Flying to Chicago to see my dad. That's cool. That is dope. I'm sure your dad would love to see you, and you guys have a fantastic job. Yes, I will say that, you know, at least according to Peoples, one of my kids looks exactly like me. This is what they say. I don't say. I think it's just because she got glasses, but you know, but our youngest kid looks just like my wife, like identical. Like I just gave her skin tone. That's all I did. I just gave her a little skin tone, and the rest, she's like 95% my wife. That's it. You know, but yeah, our one of our other kids is definitely a lookalike of mine without the facial hair. So I feel bad for anybody in the future that's gonna date her, because y'all gonna have to look at me, and you're gonna see me every time you see her. This is what you will see. Anyway, thank you so much, Natalie. I appreciate you so much. What you got? We talking Mackie? Oh my God, Colin Tyler. No, that was not on the agenda. Oh Jesus. Okay, let's see, because I did see that whole thing. Do we have that? I think we can get, let me see. Hold on, give me a sec. I don't even have a link for it. Hold on. Okay. All right, real quick, because I know y'all just like drama. Y'all, that's all. Y'all just like drama. So yes, Anthony Mackie jokingly called Tyler James Williams. Y'all might know him from Everybody Hates Chris and Abbott Elementary. And let's see, he said here when they were doing this actors on actors thing, where they were interviewing each other, he said, "Nah, but you was a weird looking kid and you grew up to be a good looking dude." And you know, Williams, I think, handled it pretty good, because he said, you know, I want to say we were all weird looking kids. Mine was just documented. I haven't seen your photos. Listen, that was a great comeback from Tyler. I mean, obviously they are joking around, but I think that was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. That was definitely something worth seeing. Now I'm trying to see if there's, I don't know. Do we have Anthony Mackie as a kid images? I don't know if we have any childhood pictures of him to judge, but I wouldn't be. Wait a minute. Stop it. Is that him? That's not him. Hold on. Is this him? Wow. All right. See, this is all impromptu. Guess who that is? Just go ahead and guess who that is. Yes, that is none other than Captain Clarence himself. Shout out to Zia Latrice for that one. When my man said dreams do come true, it's only the comic book, but it's still amazing. Captain Clarence did dress up as Captain America as a kid. If y'all want to call him weird looking, that's on you. I don't know. Whatever. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm not calling nobody weird looking. You know, you know what they say? They say Anthony Mackie, every time he take a picture, he look like he got a secret and he don't want to tell you. You know, he kind of give you that weird look every time. Anyway, thank you so much for that, Natalie. Appreciate you. For that little sidetrack. What'd you say here? Mackie needs to shut up with them cheekbones. I need my weekly Mackie Smackdown. Why do y'all see? Y'all say I'm mean. I hope y'all realize I don't bring none of this up. I don't do this. Okay, it's not for me. Y'all be coming with the smoke with me. This wasn't even on the agenda. This wasn't even on the list. Okay, now y'all got me looking at childhood pictures of Mackie and him calling people weird looking. Don't put this on me. That's all I'm saying. Don't put this on me. Anyway. What are you doing? I don't know why my wife randomly twerks. Just for no reason. Just thank you, dear. 60 plus. If Fast and the Furious can make 99 sequels, Bad Boys can too. Sure. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not against the sequel. I'm not against it. You know, why not? Actually, better question for y'all. What would y'all call? What would you want to call the next Bad Boys movie? Now, we already know they messed up. They messed up with Bad Boys for Life. They should have made that part 4, but they didn't know. What do y'all think it would be? What do y'all think would be a great name for Bad Boys, the next one? Now, I'm just spitballing here. I think they should go Bad Boys. What you gonna do? Does that work? I don't know if that works or not. I mean, obviously it's going to depend on what the story is or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. New Blood? Okay, I see New Blood. That could be interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, if they're trying to usher in more stuff, Bad Boys to Men. Wow. Okay. Bad Boys Forever. I like that. I like that. See, that should have been the title for 4. That should have been the title for 4. Now why you gotta hate? Why the hating? Why? Bad 5. Like Fast 5. I like that. That's not bad. That not the retirement years. Okay, you know what? Y'all getting me distracted. I see what y'all doing. Y'all trying to keep me here for 3 hours. I see what you're doing. We're not gonna do that. Kiki, thank you so much. Reggie is who Anthony Mackie wish he could be. Oh, y'all more vile than me. Like, y'all be cutthroat. Just ice cold. Woo. I mean, I see no lies. Jesus. Woo. Okay. All right. Let's keep it going here. All right, we got Bad Boys down. What else do we have? Oh, just wanted to share a quick little update about Deadpool with y'all. So of course, Deadpool is probably one of the more highly anticipated films coming out. We already got the watch party on deck, July 25th. I believe it is. I'll probably post the link if anybody needs it to sign up. But Thursday, July 25th, we're going to have our own theater. We're going to be in there having fun, we're going to watch Deadpool together. Yeah, like this movie, I want to say it already became like one of the highest selling, or it broke a record since the pandemic as like the highest selling rated R movie in ticket sales for like the first day. It was something crazy, right? But here's something else that's a little interesting, just a tad bit. But Deadpool and Wolverine is reportedly eyeing 200 million to 239 million in just the domestic opening. Just the domestic opening at the box office, the highest opening for an R-rated movie. The current highest is Deadpool, the first Deadpool. It's already beating its predecessor. Yeah. Wait, do y'all see it? Hold on. Do y'all see any of the talk about superhero movie fatigue? Could y'all hear it? I don't know. Has anyone seen any talk about superhero movie fatigue? I'm just, because I remember seeing it all over the place on the net. I remember the articles. I remember all the people talking about, superhero movies, they dying out here, man. I don't know. I remember all the old white directors that was complaining how it was ruining cinema and killing the theaters. I'm just wondering if, like, do we call 911? Who do we call? Do we call the Ghostbusters? Like, who do we call to find out what happened to all the superhero fatigue people? Where they at? Because now I'm really wondering, are we going to see you at Deadpool? Because I feel like we're going to see you at Deadpool. We just going to leave that narrative? We're not going to talk about it? We're just going to act like it didn't exist. Okay. All right. Oh, I know. It'll come back in August. It has to come back in August. Why? Kraven will be out. Okay. All right. I get it now. It takes a break when most Marvel, it takes a break. It takes a break and then it comes up conveniently later on. It's got to be that, right? Okay. No, wait. I'm sorry. Kraven is December, right? Okay. So we got to wait till December. Okay. Well, I just be wondering. Like, I thought it was a thing, but now it's not a thing. Was it? Hold on. Was it a hoax? It was a hoax the whole time? Man. Anyway, I do think that this is definitely interesting. And I've told y'all for a while now, I still believe Deadpool and Wolverine can make $1 billion. I think that if nothing leaks, if people go in, especially looking for, better yet, let me put it this way. If Deadpool can truly save the MCU, if he could be the Marvel Jesus, I think that this movie might even have rewatchability. If Marvel leaves it in theaters to just do what it does, I think it's got a great chance to make $1 billion in the box office. It can eat. So I've got it at about $1 billion. And that's minimum, right? Like, it could still do more than that. I want to say the first Deadpool. Hold on, I don't have to guess. Deadpool numbers. Yeah, what's up with the franchise? Okay, we could just look at it. Hold on, where is it at? There we go. First Deadpool did 781 overall. Second one did 786. I think it could crack that. I mean, so clearly we have a baseline. Clearly we see 780, let's just round up to 800 million. 800 million is the minimum. It's the minimum. So $1 billion might be on the high side. It's easily going to make 800 million. Easily. You brought Hugh Jackman back. You got Wolverine, one of the most popular fictional characters out there that's going to be in this movie. Who knows what crazy surprises will happen? Who knows how much word of mouth is going to keep this going? So 800 million is the basic bottom that it can hit. I think $1 billion is as far as it might be able to go because it's kind of a stretch. Keep in mind, it is still rated R. And because it's rated R, that's going to be pretty much a cap for it regardless. But you know, I think it has that potential. So anyway, I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all see any superhero fatigue, folks. If y'all see the talk, please let me know. I might call 911. We might have to put an APB out or something, because I'm just wondering, are those people okay? Are they still around? I don't know. But y'all let me know what you think. And are you excited for Deadpool and Wolverine? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. Let's see. Nelson, no fatigue because the lead actors are non-DEI. Oh boy. Oh boy, you out here cussing. Why are you cussing on my channel? Man, you sitting there talking about DEI, woo, CRT, woo, woke, agenda. Boy. I've been getting in so many conversations with people. Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting. I say that. Listen, I ain't gonna name no names, but on them Star Wars videos, I literally, we can talk, right? We cool. Yeah, okay, we cool. Ain't nobody watching. We cool. I literally had somebody admit, because I'm like, yo, what is this agenda? What's this boogeyman agenda y'all talking about? Because everybody got a different definition about these things. Somebody literally, they were like, man, it's all these LGBTQ people and intersectional feminism. So not white women, but when you talk about intersection, you're talking about basically, let's be honest, black women. And I was just like, so you don't want to see LGBTQ people represented, and you don't want black women clearly represented. What do you want? Well, we want diversity and inclusion. I said, okay. Okay. What does that look like? Oh, you know, Mace Windu, Lando, Princess Leia, and you know, all of that. And I was like, what? You know, what else they say? Top Gun Maverick. Diversity like that. You just named everything that had all the white people as the main character. The women, the black folks, they were all supporting characters. That's diversity to y'all? So you just want the black people to have 4 lines, and you want the women to basically just be on the sideline. But as long as the white guy is the center, you cool. I mean, you saying it without saying it. I'm letting people talk. I'm not putting my man. I'm nervous for people. I'm nervous for folks because I'm just like, I don't even think people understand how much of a bias they have and how problematic they actually sound. Because my thing is like, just why don't y'all just say what y'all want? Say what you want. Because if you say what you want, I think it'll be heard a lot better compared to talking negatively of the things that you see, right? So let's go with recast T'Challa. I said, I want to see T'Challa portrayed. I want that character to continue. I'm not being exclusionary with that claim. I've never said, I don't like Shuri. I don't want to see Shuri, because I like Shuri. You see what I'm saying? I mean, do you see the difference? I want this character to continue is a lot different than, oh, this character woman, she's woke, she's this. Like, do y'all see the difference? Why don't y'all just say what y'all like? Say what you want to see more of. Sorry, I'm going down that rabbit hole again. I didn't mean to, but you know, Nelson done triggered folks. I'm folks. All right, let's move on. Let's see. All right. Rebel Moon. I'm not giving y'all no disclaimers. Rebel Moon was trash. Okay. I told y'all it makes no sense to me. I don't care what the reasoning is from Zack Snyder. I don't care. It makes no sense to do a director's extended cut which according to you is a completely different movie, when you already have absolute control and leeway to do whatever you want. I totally understand if the studio gets in the way and you're not able to get your vision out. I get it. Do your thing. But you literally have all the keys to the kingdom. They will let you do whatever you want. And you wanted to use the whole Snyder Cut stuff as a marketing ploy. And I've already told y'all that clearly has backfired. Because right now, because Rebel Moon has been so terrible. Terrible. I mean, we're talking about the initial cut. Made no sense. Writing was terrible. Obviously, the editing is atrocious. It's demotivating people from watching even more. I know I am. I don't want to watch any more Rebel Moon. When the second direct, unedited or whatever cut came out, I definitely did not want to see it. Why would I want to put myself through that? But with that said, the director's cut is coming, y'all. Zack Snyder's director's cut of his Rebel Moon films will release on August 2nd on Netflix with new titles. Chapter 1, Chalice of Blood. Chapter 2, Curse of Forgiveness. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching it. It makes no sense. I want to say, what was it? Hold on, let me get y'all there was more info I forgot to get. Where is it? I want to say like one of those movies is like 3 hours long. Like one of the extended cuts is like 3 hours long. Another one is like another ridiculous amount. Like, I mean, listen, God bless whoever loves this stuff. If you are a fan of this content, I am so happy for you. And I really mean that, because I know if it was something I really enjoyed and I could get more of it, I'll be ecstatic. I just can't share in that joy right now because I don't like being manipulated in this way. I just don't. I wish he would have given us his best work the first time. And if he could give us something even better the next time, great. But by his own admission, from my interpretation, he knew this first version was crap. And he knew that the second version was actually going to be better. Why are you giving me trash first? Why are you giving me advanced pre-sloppy seconds? What are we doing? Give me your best effort first time. And I've already told y'all, it had negative consequences on the people that are involved in the film. Sophia Boutella, the main actress, she over here feeling all bad, feeling attacked and stuff because, she put her blood, sweat, and tears into this movie and it's getting torn to shreds. You don't think that adds something negative to her resume? You don't think that adds something negative to her potential prospects of getting future jobs? That's messed up. You playing around too much. You doing all these little, games with the Snyder Cut, and it's hurting people. I would argue it's hurting your own brand. So I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all gonna watch that extended director's cut? I'm gonna wait. I highly doubt I will watch it. But yeah, maybe people will watch it and be like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense and it's so good, I guess. I still feel as though this is kind of like intentionally lowering the floor of the film, so that way, no matter what the extended cut does, it's going to feel like it's a better movie. In other words, let's say, for example, the edited cut or whatever, let's say that one is like a 5 out of 10, right? Well, because it's a 5 out of 10, let's say the director's cut probably would have been a 6 out of 10. But because that 5 with the first run was so bad, that 6 out of 10 is going to feel like an 8 out of 10 because we're naturally going to compare it, but it's going to be graded on a curve. I hope that makes sense. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like people are going to be like, oh my gosh, this extended cut is so good. It actually makes sense. When it probably wouldn't have been like that the first time around. I don't know. But anyway, guys, y'all let me know. What do you think about Rebel Moon? Are you interested? Are you down for it? Whatever you think, it's all good with me. Let me know in the comments down below. Reboot alert. Yes, that's right, y'all. We got another one, y'all. Another reboot is on its way. I know y'all love when Hollywood goes deep down in the crates and they make a reboot of some of these classics that y'all just absolutely love. And now we have a new one coming your way. And this is going to be one, I don't know, maybe this is, I think my wife likes this movie. I can't remember. But it is a movie that was, I would say, one of Richard Gere's movies that made him pretty famous, or at least it's a staple on his resume. But we have new blood coming in, and that is going to be Miles Teller, and he is going to be doing the reboot for An Officer and a Gentleman. In case y'all did not know, the original movie centered on a troubled young man played by Richard Gere who enters the aviation officer candidate school. There he finds himself caught in the crosswinds of life paths, which include a romance with a girl from the wrong side of the tracks, played by Deborah Winger, and the tutelage of a strict Marine sergeant, played by the great Louis Gossett Jr. Yes. Yes. Is this not what y'all asked for? I know some of y'all, which one of y'all asked for this? Which one of y'all asked for this? Somebody asked for this. I know I didn't, and don't get me wrong. The movie was great. It was a nice little classic. I seen it a long time ago. Because like the main thing was I think it was like the ending scene. The ending scene is like the main, thing that people refer to, him carrying her and, her taking the hat and, all that. I mean, this feels like, once again, because I told y'all about this, some Hollywood executive that's over the age of 60 probably said, you know what was a great movie? An Officer and a Gentleman. We should reboot that. Matter of fact, I'm shocked that they didn't give this to Glenn Powell. Miles Teller? Y'all think he gonna sell this for you? I don't know. Now, you know what would be interesting? Let me help them out. Let me help this out. Let me help them just a little bit. I would be a little interested. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because Louis Gossett, he was a key role, obviously, in the film. What if they put Denzel Washington in there? And he was like that commanding officer, kind of, I don't want to say Remember the Titans. No, what was that other movie he did when he was the military? Antoine Fisher. Maybe. I am not going to be surprised at all if this movie fails. I'm not going to be the least bit surprised if this movie goes into theaters and people are like, how come nobody is watching this? How come it's going to streaming in just 10 days? We don't understand what's going on because nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for this. This is what I told y'all. Marketing, ticket sales, and demand. Was there ever anyone out there like, yo, you know what we need? A reboot to An Officer and a Gentleman? They're gonna have to learn the hard way, I guess. I don't know. Hey, and maybe it'll do better. I don't know. But dang, y'all said not even Denzel. Denzel can't help it. Dang. well, I tried. I don't know. Y'all let me know. What do you think about this? Is this something that you're interested in? I mean, to me, if you're going to do a reboot and if it has zero connection to a younger audience, and I would say under 35, I don't think it's worth making. Like if people or younger audiences have no connection to it, why are you doing it? I'll give you another example, like Flash Gordon. I don't think a Flash Gordon reboot would be successful. Yes, people 40 years old and that were 80s kids, not babies, 80s kids and older, they might like that. I don't see that making a lot of money. So I see something like this is going straight to streaming. I see this going straight to, I don't know, Peacock, Paramount Plus, something like that. But I don't see this being it. But y'all let me know. What do you think about this? Are you going to be tuning in? Maybe maybe you're going to jump in line and get them tickets early. I don't know. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. What else we got? Oh, yes. Let's get here. Let's get in here. All right. I have told y'all about this man for a long time. My man, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. I have always been a fan of his for a long time. I think the brother is very, very talented. I have been unabashedly upfront about the fact that I would love for him to be the next T'Challa in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think he's got the acting chops for it. I think he has the build for it. He's been fantastic in Aquaman. Whether the movie's good or not doesn't matter. As Black Manta, my man can act. He can do his thing. I've told y'all to watch Trial of the Chicago 7 on Netflix. That's where I started to see some of his versatility. And I really thought he did a great job in that. Candyman, not the best, but that's okay. That's all right, But we recently heard that he is also going to be playing Wonder Man in the Marvel Studios Disney Plus series that's going to be coming at some point. But with that said, he has a new series that he's coming out with, and this might be a little interesting for him. So it says here that Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is going to lead the Man on Fire series at Netflix. Let's see. He will also executive produce the project alongside Stephen Caple Jr. And in case you forgot, Stephen Caple Jr. is the guy that did the second Creed movie. He directed that. For those of you that don't know about the Man on Fire series, this is what the log line basically says. Once a high-functioning and skilled special forces mercenary, known for surviving even the most desolate of situations, Creasy, or who Mateen is going to play, is now plagued with the intense PTSD. Determined to overcome his personal demons, he sets out on a path to redemption. But before he can just adjust to this new life, he finds himself back in the fire, fighting harder than ever. And yes, in case some of you were wondering, this is the very same adaptation or movie that Denzel played with young Dakota Fanning back in the day. So they're basically taking that movie and that character, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is going to be playing that character in this Netflix series. So like this, I'm interested. I don't really know much about the novels or the stories or anything. I do remember watching Man on Fire. When the movie came out, I liked it, but then again, almost everything Denzel did, I liked that as well. So, I think it'll be interesting to see if maybe Yahya can capture that same energy, that same vibe. I like the fact that it's coming on Netflix. I think that'll be really good exposure for him. And Netflix does a really good job of promoting their stuff. The only thing I'm worried about is that they're probably going to do it in the binge model, which means it'll drop, people will watch it, and then it might quickly fade away. But either way, I'm hopeful for it. I think that this could be potentially solid. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. You know, again, I like the whole idea of the character. I like what we have with Yahya and Stephen Caple Jr. You know, he's not bad. I did like Creed 2 also. It's okay. It wasn't better than the first one, but so I'm interested. But you guys let me know. Is this something that you think you'll want to see? Is this something that you know, has your interest, or maybe you'll just kind of pass on it? I don't know. Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. JN, thank you so much. Low key, Caple Jr. hasn't missed as a director. Yeah, I mean, like, he's not bad, right? So like, this is especially going into TV. I'm not familiar with his work on TV, but I'm not mad at that. Like, it's fine. It's fine, you know. So I'm okay with seeing what he can do. Quiet one. I'm good with Yahya playing T'Challa or Kang. Either one. Personally, I think T'Challa would be better for him. I could see him playing Kang too. I think he would play a much more menacing Kang. Like, he could play a Kang that I think people could be scared of. But I also think he could be a fantastic T'Challa as long as he can get the African accent. But I think he'd be really, really solid. That he was my number one pick for a long time. JN, again, thank you so much. Yahya was great in The Matrix, even though the movies were terrible. I think he'd be better as the new Bond than Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'll disagree with that, only because I do believe that Bond has to be English. I mean, I don't know if Yahya can pull that off, but I'm totally okay with actual Brits playing that role. So I wouldn't put him as Bond or anything, but you know, he could play other roles too. So I'd be fine with that. Blue Marvel, yeah, great one, Puma. Blue Marvel would also be a solid one for him if he went that route. Hold on, got my phone buzzing. We have some contributions. Let's show some love. One sec. Oh my gosh, low key, thank you so much for the $25 cash app. She says happy Friday. Low key, let me send some love right back to you. I really do appreciate you holding it down for the channel, keeping it ad free. Matter of fact, not just you, but also Terrence. My man Terrence says for happy Father's Day weekend. Brother, thank you so much. I don't know if you're a dad or not, but right back at you if you are. But thank y'all both. You know, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all on the cash apps. I appreciate y'all on the super chats. Appreciate y'all on the replays, hitting the thank you button for keeping this channel ad free. Okay, I really appreciate the fact that I don't even have to think about running ads and trying to make some money just to keep the lights on, because y'all are basically, I mean, this is a user supported channel at the end of the day. It's like, it's kind of like a PBS, you know, we're only possible because of viewers like you, you know. So thank y'all so much, guys. I really do appreciate it, for real. All right, let's go to, we got some news. We got some movie news. So we have for a long time there has been a interesting relationship between movie studios and the movie theaters. And you know, the Alamo, I don't know about if y'all have an Alamo by you or not, but I really like the Alamo. Like, we went to go see Equalizer 3. Me and my wife went there. And the Alamo, listen, it's not a big thing, it's not a huge you know, theater chain or nothing. I think they only got like 37 in the country. But if y'all go there, that's, you know, where you can sit down, you can eat, they'll bring the food to you. Menu's actually pretty cool. So yeah, the Alamo Draft House is something that I've enjoyed, but times have been tough. Okay, like with the theaters. Okay, times have been tough, and when you're on the bottom of the chain of all the major outlets out there, all the theaters out there, it's gonna be tough, right? Like, and it seems as though while it has been tough out there for the Alamo, looks like Sony came in to help, and a groundbreaking move. Groundbreaking. It says here Sony Pictures has acquired Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, and this is going to be the first time in 75 years that a studio has bought an entire cinema or theater chain. So from 1948 until 2020, the U.S. Department of Justice prohibited film distributors from owning an exhibition company under what was known as the Paramount Consent Decree. And it back then, it forced major studios to divest their theater holdings. Now, of course, this makes sense, right? It made sense that back in the day, they would force a lot of these studios not to own their own movie theaters because, let's be honest, they can monopolize it, right? Let's say if you are Warner Brothers, why would you show Disney movies in your theater chains? Right? Like it doesn't really add up at that point. Why are you helping the competition? Because every movie that you show that's not yours is taking money out your pockets. So that was probably one of the main reasons why it just was not a good. You have a conflict of interest basically in that case. But apparently they got rid of that law or whatever back in 2020. And this is some of the things that it stopped in the past. So at that time, it was there to stop practices like block booking, which was like bundling multiple films into one theater license, and circuit dealing, which was entering into one license that covered all theaters in a circuit. But back then, there were no multiplexes, but rather they only used to have one screen theaters that could play one movie for months. So that was the way they used to basically monopolize things, because if you only had one movie playing at a time, it's real easy to not show other stuff, because imagine if it was back in the day, I don't know, Warner Brothers or somebody would have been like, yo, we running Titanic all day, every day, and y'all not going to see nothing else, so it could have been easier back then for them to kind of do that. But like I said, the decree was done back in 2020. But there have been other studios that have also done this. So Netflix, they purchased the LA Egyptian Theater and New York's Paris Theater. But that was really to appease filmmakers who wanted to make their films play on the big screen. And let's be honest, it was also so that they can apply for awards consideration, because a lot of times in order to get nominated for things like the Academy Awards, you can't just do it off of straight streaming. The movie has to play at least in some theaters for a certain amount of time. So Netflix said, all right, cool, we will at least buy one or two theaters here and there, and that's about it. I think Apple did it too, but this is interesting, right? This is interesting that we have a studio doing this, because now the question is, are other studios going to do this? Would Disney do this? Would WB do this? Would Apple do this? I mean, Apple got money to burn all day. Like they can buy whatever they want. But I do think that there are some other potential benefits here. I mean, let's kind of think about this, so if studios are able to play their own movies, right? So we got, think about it like this. You go to the Alamo Drafthouse, Spider-Man 4 comes out. A lot of that money that used to have to be divvied up by the studio and the theaters, the studio's getting all that money right back. What could they do with that? I would hope that this would happen. If the studios are pocketing more of that money anyway, maybe the studios could actually lower ticket prices, right? Because if you lower the ticket price because people are coming in and you're making 100% of that money that you used to have to split, all I'm saying is you can offset some other things. And I think I've already told y'all this. I believe psychologically, if we know going to a studio, oh man, listen, I'm gonna tell you all this right now. If you've never been to the Alamo Drafthouse, I'd highly recommend at least going for one film. If you tell me Spider-Man 4 is $5 and I'm going to come in there and I can eat, because y'all going to put that menu in front of my face, them cookies. I'm not going to advertise for them because they're not sponsoring this video, but I'm telling y'all right now, you don't think I'm going to be more willing to spend more money if that upfront ticket price is so low? I will. Okay? Because I don't know about y'all, but on $5 Tuesday, well, how about this? I took my kids to go see Inside Out 2, free screening or whatever. So we didn't pay. Okay, we did not pay for the ticket. Why did I still spend $60? I spent $60 on a free movie. Why? Because I'm dumb. And 2, because my wife wanted popcorn and all 3 of the kids wanted popcorn and everybody had to have a little icy and somebody had to have a little medium drink. I didn't even eat. I didn't eat. Listen, I took a sip of water. You know how they give you them little courtesy cup? I said, look, please, sir, can I have some water, sir? That's all I said. That's all I had. I still spent $60. So yes, psychologically, if you're going to let people in on a cheap price, I do believe people going to spend more. And I don't know about y'all, but we like to spend money on food. We might not spend money on other stuff, but you're going to spend some money on some food. Anyway, I think that this could be a potentially good thing if the studios play the cards right, because it's going to be some real competition. If you sit here and say, yo, I want to go see Spider-Man 4, and you like, man, Alamo Draft House talking about $5 and AMC over there talking about 20, where you going to go? AMC ain't feeding you like that. Some of them might, but they might not do that. You're not going to no Regal because of that. Like, $5 and y'all going to feed me at my seat versus $20 and y'all going to try and rate me even more with concessions? Where y'all going? I know where I'm going. Where y'all going to go? So I think that this is potential to be good if they're smart about it. And here's the other thing. You might mess around and actually get an upgrade in the sound and picture quality too, because keep in mind, Sony, they develop a lot of those the cameras, a lot of the sound equipment that are in theaters anyway. You might mess around and get a better overall experience at the Alamo. So I'm intrigued by this. I'm very interested in seeing how they go about it. Again, I think the number one thing Sony has to do is lower them ticket prices. You lower them ticket prices, people will pay for the food and the service anyway. It's a perfect date night right there. Man, I'm getting hungry and I need to go see a movie again. I'm sorry. I got it. I'm already talking myself into taking the wife out again. Anyway, guys, y'all let me know. What do you think about this deal? Do you think that more studios are going to buy up theater chains? Do you think that they should keep things separate? Because again, it could be the case that, I don't know, maybe they play all these other movies, but they only make their movies cheap and they raise the prices on other movies. Do y'all think that's fair? Do you think it's a conflict of interest? Do you not care and you just want the best deal? I don't know. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right. Dorian, happy Father's Day. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the dads once again. Frigga, have some Albanese gummies on me. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day, E and fam. Have Mrs. E bring back the money gun and what's up with After Dark. So I have nothing to do with the money gun. That is her whole thing. The problem with After Dark is E-Man gets tired. I get tired and I get sleepy. It's hard for me to stay up because after I get done with these lives, I usually have to go watch more stuff. So like right after this, I told you I have to go watch House of the Dragon and I got to go watch The Boys so I can do my review. I don't have the energy. That's all. But I will say this. If something juicy and crazy happens, right? And we just have to talk about it. Like, I don't know, Will Smith smacking somebody else during the Oscars. we'll do an after dark at that point. But at this point, I can't. I just be too tired. You know, I'm on the wrong side of 30. You know, my eyes. What time is it? 10 o'clock? Yeah. I'm not built like that no more. JN, happy Father's Day, man. Thank you so much. My folks in the shy love the publican. What is that? Wait, what is that? Hold on. Publican. Oh, I have not been there. Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. I haven't been there yet. I've heard people that gone there, but I'm like, what? Hopefully this can go to enjoying lunch there. Always appreciate the great content and the blur representation. Hey, I'm going to do that. Thank you so much for putting that on my radar, because I remember people would talk about it, but I'm like, what is that? And man, JN, thank you so much. I'm going. Yeah. Oh man, I need those date night recommendations too, because the wife be like, when you gonna take me out? Listen, we gonna go out when we go out. Okay, be busy sometimes, but we gotta make that time either way. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. What else do we have? Oh, let's stay on Deadpool. So we talked about how there was a rumor flying around that Taylor Swift was going to join the MCU. And I think what was it called? Blonde Phantom or something like that. I already told y'all no thanks. I don't want Taylor Swift. Swifties, leave me alone now. I don't want her out there leading an entire show at all. No, thank you. I would be fine with actual actors and actresses doing their thing. If you want to come in and sing a little something, okay, that's your lane. You could do that in the background, fine, but no thanks. So in addition to that, for years, people have been speculating and fan casting Taylor Swift to come in and play Dazzler in the MCU, which makes sense. She is a mutant that uses sound and her music as a weapon, right? So like that actually makes sense. Probably don't need a lot of acting chops at all, right? But apparently, and y'all have to forgive me, I told y'all I'm not watching no more Deadpool trailers. I'm not doing it. There's no reason for me to watch more Deadpool footage when I'm sold on this movie. I'm going to watch it at least twice. Don't need no more. But from what I've heard, there was all this speculation that we might see a lady Deadpool in Deadpool 3, in Deadpool and Wolverine. So, of course, this has led to more speculation that Taylor Swift could actually be Lady Deadpool in Deadpool and Wolverine. Well, we have confirmation about whether or not this is going to happen. According to Entertainment Weekly, the rumors were simply too good to be true. The outlet claims that Swift is not, I repeat, she is not in the film, even with the new IMAX poster for the movie that features Deadpool and Wolverine, each wearing friendship bracelets like the ones that have become synonymous with Swift's massive worldwide Eras tour. Whew. Oh boy. Looks like we dodged a bullet. So EW is saying it ain't gonna happen. But when I tell you, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust EW. I don't trust Ryan Reynolds. I definitely don't trust Deadpool. Because my thing is this: why do you even have to let us know that she's not gonna be in there? I'm just saying. Why do you have to go out your way and even report this? I don't trust it. Did they tell y'all, hey, Brad Pitt not gonna be in, Deadpool 2? No. Because I feel like this would be the perfect troll move that Deadpool would do. I feel like this would be it. He didn't tell us about Brad Pitt doing his cameo. So he is great at hiding, you know, little surprises in his movies. I don't trust it. Now, a lot of people have speculated about this because Ryan Reynolds and his wife Blake Lively, they're good friends with Taylor Swift. Like they besties. So it would make sense, and it'd probably be very easy if Taylor just had to do something like, see, here go to BS. They talking about, oh, she's not gonna be in the movie. All Deadpool got to do is FaceTime her. So she's technically not in the movie, but she's in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't trust these people, man. Just whatever. I don't know. Y'all let me know. What do you think about this? Do you want Taylor Swift to show up? You know, shout out to the Swifties. Maybe y'all do. Listen, maybe y'all want this. You know, I don't know. Or do you feel like it's not needed? You know, whatever you think, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. All right, let me. Oh, snaps. Hold on. We got Jeffrey. No, this is Taz. Oh, man. Yo, shout out. Where's Taz? Is Taz here? Taz, man. I believe this is Taz. Thank you so much for the $30 Cash App. Taz says, get to catch you live now that I'm retired. Yo, shout out to Taz. Thank you so much. And congratulations on, there we go. Let me give my man Taz some love here. Thank you so much, Taz. I appreciate you holding it down. Congrats on the retirement. Listen, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, okay? I'm trying to retire early, okay? I want to retire. I want to relax. I want to just sit back and kick up under the sun or whatever. So I hope you have a fantastic retirement and enjoy yourself. And I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for that support. I really do appreciate it. All right, let's go. We got we got a Blue Beetle update. So if you guys recall, Blue Beetle was probably one of the final final films in the last legs of the DCEU. And that was before or after Flash. I don't know. No one cares about Flash. But Blue Beetle was interesting. I liked it. I thought Blue Beetle was cool. I mean, I had my review up. I thought it was a decent film. I liked the character of Jaime Reyes. I thought it was cool. You know, it was pretty stereotypical, you know, for a superhero movie, but overall I enjoyed it, right? But the question was always like, yo, what do you do with Blue Beetle? Because that movie came around right before, or I should say it was already in development before James Gunn took over as co-CEO of DC Studios. You know, it kind of lived in this weird limbo where it didn't really fit because it's not officially in the DCU, but James Gunn did kind of mention that, like, yo, the character could be in the DCU and continue. So the movie's not official, but the character is official. So with that weirdness going on, in this update, it seems as though they might have found a workaround for that. And that is because Warner Brothers Animation and DC Studios are looking to continue telling Blue Beetle stories via an animated series that is currently in development. So it says here that Deadline understands that the animated series will build on the movie developed under DC Studios' previous regime, but will divert from telling the same story. Instead, the show will create its own story, which in success could potentially lead to a return to the big screen for the giant blue bug portrayed by Cholo Miranda, I hear. So it does sound like DC has found an interesting way to make Blue Beetle officially canon. The fact that they are working with DC Studios, I like that because it sounds like they're going to find some sort of little connective tissue. I like the fact that they're going to make a separate story to kind of like bring him in, I guess, a little bit better. But I like the character. I thought the character was cool. I thought that, he makes sense because his character was not intricately tied to the previous DCEU. It wasn't tied to the Snyderverse that deeply. Kind of like Peacemaker, even though Peacemaker was kind of tied to. But this sounds like a fresh start. This sounds like a good way to kind of bridge that gap for this character to just make sense in James Gunn's DCU. So y'all let me know, how do you feel about Jaime continuing with Blue Beetle into the DCU? Is this an animated series that you would be interested in watching? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Let's talk about Transformers. Transformers as a franchise has been interesting to say the least. I want to say the first movie, great. I mean, I grew up with Transformers. I had my toys. That was my franchise. The cartoons, loved it. All of them, even the little spinoffs, Beast Wars, all of it. I watched all of them. The Michael Bay movies started off cool, and then they got real Fast and Furious-ish, started getting wackier, goofier, started putting the Transformers as background characters, just did not work. Then we started to have Bumblebee, which to this day, them first 10-15 minutes, one of the best parts of a Transformers movie today. And Bumblebee was a good movie overall. And then recently we had Transformers Rise of the Beast. Wasn't terrible. It's all right. But of course, it ended off with the big reveal, which is not really a secret anymore, that they wanted to tease a crossover with G.I. Joe. Now, I've already told y'all my concerns with G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe as a franchise after the cartoon has been a disaster. Like the Channing Tatum, The Rock, all of that, terrible. Just did not work. Snake Eyes, atrocious. It's just bad. It's just bad. And I've already told y'all, this whole idea of crossing over Transformers with G.I. Joe, to me, automatically sounds like you're putting the cart before the horse. How are you going to have a successful crossover when you haven't even introduced whoever or whatever the new G.I. Joe are? Because right now you're already telling me that either the Transformers are not going to get an ample amount of screen time, or these new characters of G.I. Joe, who, by the way, there are a lot of G.I. Joe characters, they're clearly not going to get the amount of time needed to be introduced to audiences. So right there, you are setting them up, in my opinion, for failure. So I wanted to talk about a red flag for G.I. Joe. And well, not really for G.I. Joe, but mainly for Transformers. Because we do have another Transformers movie coming out. But before that, we have to talk about the crossover movie. And we do have an update. The update is who's going to be writing it. It says here that Derek Conley has been tapped to pen the script for Paramount's Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover that is going to potentially star Chris Hemsworth. Now, if you're wondering where Chris Hemsworth came from, he is coming from the Transformers, the other animated film. What is that one called? Is that Day One or something like that? Transformers something. Hold on, let me get that for y'all. What is he going to be doing? Transformers 1. Yeah, it's called Transformers 1. So that's going to be an animated movie where Chris Hemsworth is coming in, but he's going to be coming in as Optimus Prime. And, this Derek Conley person is going to be writing it. Now I had to go look him up because I'm not familiar with his work. It says here, what did he do? Let's start early. Okay, so he did Jurassic World. Not bad. I actually like Jurassic World. Monster Trucks, don't know. Ooh, Kong Skull Island. I do like Kong Skull Island. He did Fallen Kingdom, not as great. Detective Pikachu, I did like that. It was cool. Wait, whoa. He wrote Rise of Skywalker? What? Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, he was one because I was like, I knew it was Chris Terrio. Okay, so he was involved with Rise of Skywalker. I don't like that at all. Don't like that. And then he did Jurassic World Dominion, which I think most people would say was trash. It just was not good. So on the positive side, he seems like a mixed bag. He seems like a mixed bag because I did like Jurassic World. I really like Kong Skull Island, and I like Detective Pikachu. But he's got a couple question marks on his resume as well. But guys, this is not the red flag that I've had. I want to reintroduce y'all to somebody that we've talked about before. And it bothers me. Y'all remember Lorenzo Di Bonaventura. In case you forgot, this is going to be the producer of the new G.I. Joe Transformers crossover. Lorenzo, just to kind of get you up to date, he did Replicas, which was trash. Bumblebee, good. Pet Sematary, trash. Doom, Annihilation, trash. Secrets We Keep, didn't nobody watch that. Jupiter's Legacy, trash. Infinite, gutter booty trash. Snake Eyes, the bottom of the bottom, it was boogers. Okay, it was boogers. Plane, decent. Rise of the Beast, decent. Meg 2, trash. Pet Cemetery Bloodlines, it's so bad, don't nobody even know it existed. Madam Web, it's not even trash. It might just be fertilizer. This is the guy who's going to be in charge. Madam Web, this is the guy that's going to be in charge of your G.I. Joe Transformers movie. Did I say Snake Eyes? Yeah, I think we said that too. Now, his existence, his mere presence on this film is a red flag. But one thing I've tried to tell y'all is you have to consider the mindset of the people that are behind these films. And this is one of the reasons why I like to read and I like to see the interviews that the producers say, because I want to get into their head. I want to understand, what were you thinking, or how do you think? Because if I understand how you think, I can then interpret how you execute a film a lot better. Now, his track record is terrible. I don't know how he's still employed. He knows where the bodies are hidden, clearly. But he recently gave an interview about Transformers. And I'm going to read this for you guys, and I'll let y'all judge. During a recent talk with Variety at this festival, Bonaventura revealed his confusion about the 80s Transformer movie. He said, "What's so surprising about the 86 film is how dark it is. Honestly, I don't understand why people love it so much. For some, maybe it was their first cinematic experience, but it's really a downer movie." He goes on. Interestingly, when we showed our trailer of Transformers 1 for the first time, the fan reaction was to compare our movie to the old 86 one. But they're not so comparable because that's so dark and this one has so much humanity. They're completely different movies in many ways. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you in charge of a Transformers franchise and you don't know why fans liked the original Transformers movie that damn near almost every Transformers fan loved? This is like me owning a football team and I go out there in the press and say, I really don't understand why people like football. This is like me working for Marvel and I'm like, I really don't understand what people get about comic books. This lets me know you don't know what you're doing. So when I criticize these people, when I say stuff like that, it's because you be telling on yourself. You tell on yourself. You don't understand. You didn't understand why people where is he from? Hold on. Let me look. Is this like a cultural thing? Like, where is he from? Bro, wait a minute. You was born in New York City. New York City. When Transformers, the animated movie, came out, he was about 30 years old, about 31. So he probably didn't even watch the Transformers movie, which means he probably was not connected with the culture at that time. This is not your lane. This is not for you. What I don't like is when you have people in charge of things that they don't understand and then they continue to put it in our face and then they wonder why it doesn't work. Because if you look at those old G.I. Joe movies that he also, I believe, was a part of, you can clearly tell that they never understood what made those movies or those characters work. If you don't understand the character, how are you going to understand the story? If you don't understand the story and the characters, how are you going to give the fans of the story and the character what they want? You don't know what you're doing. I mean, Jesus, this is like somebody who is allergic to dairy trying to sell you ice cream. How are you going to tell me what's good or not? You can't even eat it. Everything about Transformers, especially that has him on record, is an official red flag for me. Everything. Because I don't understand how he continues to put out movies that are just simply not good. Like, he gets terrible directors, he gets terrible writers, he himself does not understand the properties. What, like, why don't you just go do something else? Like, literally, just go do something else. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Are you excited for Transformers? meeting and crossing over with the G.I. Joe. Is this something that you will be tuning in for? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. We are making great time. I want y'all to know that. We're making great time. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this. The Rock, the people's champ, you know, one of the greatest movie stars of all time right now. You know, probably one of the few movie stars out there. You know, shout out to Black Adam out there, still #1 on iTunes, you know. The Rock has definitely had a wonderful career in Hollywood, and he continues to shine, continues to do his thing. And everywhere he goes, he's making new deals. You know, he does have his own production company, which he runs with his ex-wife, who's married to The Rock's current trainer. But their $7 Productions is basically, you know, his company and how he produces his films. Now, the thing is, his company can work with other studios. And now it seems like they found the perfect studio to work with. And this is basically going to be his new money move, because it says here $7 Productions has signed a first look deal with the Walt Disney Company to develop films for theatrical and streaming. The projects will be possible vehicles for Rock to star in, and interestingly, the deal is not strictly limited to filmed content. So, in case you did not know, first look deals basically are what they sound like. It is a deal with the production company and the studio, where now The Rock has the ability to basically call first dibs on certain projects, and you know, they could pass it on if they don't want it, but they get first dibs at this point with certain things. So, of course, The Rock has already had a relationship with Disney. You guys remember the what was that movie he did with Emily Blunt? Jungle Cruise. So he did Jungle Cruise with her. I don't know if y'all recall. What was it? It was back when ScarJo, during the pandemic, back when ScarJo was suing Disney because they were putting the movie in, you know, streaming and stuff like that. I remember Rock was kind of like, he had a whole nother deal with Disney where it basically, he was all right. I'll just say that he was okay. So while everybody else was like, yo, this is unfair, Rock was like counting his dollars. He was all right. And he was going to do a future Jungle Cruise movie anyway. So it's not a surprise that he was always going to work something out with Disney for the long term. And listen, The Rock is a shrewd businessman. This is smart. My man's got deals with Netflix. Clearly, he's doing Red One, Red Notice. He's got deals with Disney. He was trying to make deals with Warner Brothers. I'm not mad at this hustle at all. Get your money. Like, this is the definition of securing the bag. He is getting deals. He's got his own company. So it's not like he's only getting money as an actor. He's getting money as a producer also. This is brilliant. Okay, so shout out to him for that. You also have the fact that this said that it's not limited to just films. A lot of times these first look deals are kind of like, yo, you can only do this movie, that movie, and that's it. No, this is first look for other stuff too, which means, and this is where the long game comes in, what if he comes in and does something for a Disney park ride? There is a Jungle Cruise ride. Maybe he does one of those, y'all know at Disney World how they'll have like the Indiana Jones, whole production or whatever. It's like a stunt show and all that. Maybe The Rock comes up with his own thing that's part of his own brand, and it lives in the park, and he has a deal with that. That's long money. Okay, because the films is one thing, but I don't know if y'all noticed, Disney does not make all their money from the movies. Yeah, they got Lucasfilm. Yeah, they got Marvel. Yeah, they got their own. Nah, Disney make their money off the theme parks. So there's already a Harry Potter ride. No, there's not. Yeah, is there a Harry Potter? I don't know. But there's a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. There's Pixar rides. There's Star Wars rides. Disney Rock could come up with some stuff and make more money off of them theme parks and the rides. Smart business to me. But this has also opened up a path. And I've seen the people talking. This has opened up the potential with a first look deal with Disney for The Rock to potentially make his way into the MCU. We've already heard the rumor. Again, just a rumor that The Rock could be in line to be the next Apocalypse for the X-Men reboot. I've already said I'm nervous about that, mainly because I don't want The Rock giving people the mutant's eyebrow. Okay, I don't need the mutant's eyebrow thrown in. I'd prefer that we get a very skilled actor to play that role, because there's a certain gravitas that comes with, Apocalypse. But I feel like this might be one step closer. This might. It might be one step closer, because one thing that you'll know is when it comes to Marvel, they will work very closely. I wouldn't even just say Marvel, but everybody in Disney. If you have a Disney relationship, you can jump into Marvel. You can, once you're done, you can go on over there to Star Wars, because you got that relationship. It's they recycle actors all the time. By the way, this kind of reminds me of how Jodie Turner-Smith, I could see her being Storm. Just saying, she in the Acolyte, she's Mother in the Acolyte. Just that relationship with her as in Star Wars, I could see her being like, let me slide on over here as Storm. I'm putting it out there. I believe that could happen. But anyway, y'all let me know, what do you think about The Rock cutting this deal with Disney and becoming a partner with them in the future? Do you think that this could be a way for him? Listen, maybe you'll see The Rock in Star Wars. I don't know who the hell he gonna play in Star Wars, but maybe you'll see it. Maybe. But of course, I think, he also has Moana 2 coming out, and so we'll obviously see him in that. But y'all let me know, is this a good move? Does this make you a little nervous? I don't know. Whatever you think, guys, feel free. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Let's talk about The Boys. So The Boys on Amazon Prime or Prime Video, in case you haven't watched, is a fantastic show. The show is so good and so interesting. We talked about how, what was it, last week, I want to say, how the showrunner, Eric Kripke, basically was like, Homelander, that is Trump. Like, we modeled him after Trump and all that. And if you've watched the first, I want to say it was the first episode, you can clearly see that they were copying and mocking Trump from the very beginning. Settle down. You're all special people. Like, if you know, you know. But we also talked about how he was talking about the future of the franchise and like, yo, what do we do? Because he was involved with Supernatural, and Supernatural, he wanted it to be 5 seasons, and that sucker turned into like 25. I don't know, however, whatever it's at right now. So the question has always been like, what are you going to do with The Boys? Is this going to keep going? I mean, it is one of Prime Video's top selling, top viewed shows. Where are you going to go with it? So he's been doing some interviews and he did comment on it. And we do have at least now some updates on what we can expect with the future of The Boys and this season or the upcoming season. It says here, The Boys season 4 premiere week is a good time to announce season 5 will be the final season. Okay, so that is season 5. That's it. He announced this on Twitter. And this is, I believe, where he was showing a little bit more for the script. Obviously, he blacked out a bunch of stuff. In this interview, he says part of it is such a wonky, stupid screenwriter thing, but 3 and 5 are the big magical numbers for writing. 3 is movie acts, TV acts are 5. 5 just seems like a good round number. It's enough to tell the story, but also bring it to a climax without wearing out its welcome. And you know what? Like, I agree with that. I like I mean, Breaking Bad had 5 seasons and it was perfect. Supernatural should have ended in 5 seasons, and that would have been cool. The Flash, I think The Flash would have been fantastic if it had just ended in 5 seasons instead of like 15 or whatever it's at right now. So I agree with him in that. I think that, if you can have 5 solid seasons, isn't Stranger Things? I think Stranger Things is about to end on 5 seasons. So I like the idea of 5 seasons to wrap things up because it doesn't feel stretched. It doesn't feel like it's over, stayed its welcome or whatever. So I do like the fact that he also gets that. He does go on and says here, about in terms of season 4 being the penultimate season, no one can watch this season 4 without feeling at the end like it's ending next year, right? So we might as well announce it so people can watch this season with that cool epic heading towards the end feeling, which is what I'm hoping for. He goes on to say this story of The Boys will not continue on. With any luck, Gen V will continue on. There will be hopefully a couple others in development that we're talking about that can continue on, but The Boys story ends in season 5. I like that. And there are definitely some spin-offs that they can do. And Gen V, listen, I was very happy with Gen V. Gen V blew my expectations because I really thought that they might be stretching it, but it told a really interesting story. It stayed with the same energy. It was just as outrageous. Okay, it was just as outrageous. So I have confidence in the spinoffs having their own lane and not feeling like they're watered down, so I like that idea. We get a little bit more details about season 5 in another interview he did. He says The Boys season 5 is currently being written, and the plan is to shoot the 8-episode final installment from November 2024 through mid 2025. So we can expect 8 episodes for season 5, which is pretty consistent with what they've been doing. He says here, let's see, the question was, when did you finally get approval to announce the finale and all that? He says, I give Amazon all of the credit in the world, and I'm so grateful for them to let me end this story on my terms. That's obviously really rare. I love that. I love the fact that Amazon gave this showrunner, this writer, free reign to do what they want to do. Because what happens so many times when a show is successful, when a show is making numbers, the producers or the studios will be like, hey, you got any more of that Walking Dead? Can we stretch this for 15 more seasons? Can we get 3 other spinoffs and another show that might connect but might not? Can we keep on milking this cow? Now, again, we might get a spinoff, and it is what it is. But I really, really like the idea that they are letting this writer do what he wants to do and just stop, because there's nothing better than a story having a beginning, a middle, and an end. So I think that is fantastic. And kudos to Amazon for that. I hope more studios will empower their writers to just let them cook, let them do what they want to do. And let's not make it feel like a cash grab. Let's not make it feel watered down. So they, oh, hold on. Let me see. There was more. Where was it? There it is. They were asked about, like, yo, what about Jared Padalecki? I mean, he was in Walker, and other people, other celebrities coming in. The showrunner said, we have this wonderful list of A-list fans who have told us over the years that they would love to do the show. So we're going to take a long look at that list and see who makes sense. So, of course, we can expect some definite cameos coming up. So the question now was, what does this mean for Gen V and for The Boys Mexico spinoff that's currently in the works? He said here, The Boys story is about Butcher and Homelander and these two planets crashing into each other. And this particular story doesn't work without both of them. The Butcher Homelander is ending. Okay. But there can be other stories in other corners of the universe. So hopefully Gen V continues. Hopefully a couple other things we have in development continue. So it does sound like he is optimistic about keeping this thing going. I did see him kind of joke and tease that Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who is showed up, you probably saw him in the first couple episodes, he might get a spinoff with his potential involvement. I won't spoil it. So that could be interesting. And by the way, I wanted to highlight one other thing. I've told y'all that it is so brilliant when you have great marketing for any property. Deadpool is one of the best marketed films that I've seen in like a long time. But we should not sleep on the marketing team for The Boys. Would y'all look at this? Time Magazine, and this is not a joke, this ain't AI. Time Magazine literally interviewed Highlander, and they made him superhero of the year. It says here that they named him that with the exclusive interview, and he's answering real questions. Shout out to this marketing team, because this is fantastic. This is how you get the people going. This is how you keep the interest in the show. Because, I mean, the man is doing this as a character. This isn't Anthony Starr, this is Homelander doing an interview for Time Magazine. This is brilliant. I love it. Matter of fact, I think I just saw Homelander went on Reddit and did an Ask Me Anything. And it is incredibly funny. Just look up Homelander AMA Reddit, read through that. Hilarious. Because he's answering questions legitimately, right? Like as the character. Too funny. So shout out to the great marketing. I think it is one of the best out there. Now I have been able to watch the first 3 episodes of The Boys. I don't have time to cover it the way I'd like to, mainly because The Boys episodes they come out, I want to say on Thursday night, so I don't have time obviously on Fridays to cover them. So I'm probably going to finish the series because I do have the episode. So I'll finish the series and then I'll do what I had to do last year, which is I'll just give you guys my full season review about it, spoiler free, of course. But I'll say, first 3 episodes, it's okay. It's not coming in with that hot fire that the last season did. But it does feel like a lot of setup. This is clearly more political and not so much action based yet. The first 3 episodes have dropped, by the way, so y'all can go watch it on Prime. But I'll be watching what happens after, and then hopefully if I can get done by next week, I'll be able to give you guys my review for it and let you know how I feel about the series overall. But so far it's okay. It's not bad at all, but it hasn't picked up the gear that I'm used to it doing by the time we get to the third episode. So right now I'm just kind of cruising through. I'm waiting for the agenda folks to attack this as well. I'm waiting for that because they threw in what they had to throw in. But anyway, y'all let me know, what do you think about the idea that The Boys is going to end on season 5? We got 8 more episodes after this season, and that's it. But there is potential for Gen V, a Boys spinoff in Mexico. So are you down for the Boys spinoffs? Are you down for Gen V? Are you cool with the ending? Or do you think that there's a lot of potential and they could keep this train going? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Some of y'all doubted. Some of y'all doubted. Guys, we on the last topic. Some of y'all doubted. Some of y'all didn't believe, but we did it. We are going to do it. I hate that we have to end like this. But I'm so tired. I'm tired. Like, I'm tired. Blade has been announced since 2019 at Comic-Con. Mahershala Ali, 2-time Oscar Award winner, brought on stage by Kevin Feige. And we hear that, he finna be Blade. Great. We also hear that Blade was going to be in phase 5. Okay. I thought it was going to be phase 4, but okay, phase 5. We already in phase 5. Phase 4 ended with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So everything after that, we in phase 5. We heard the rumors that the first script was trash. Lackluster action scenes, which have no business being involved with any type of Blade movie at all. Why are you even here if you're making lackluster action scenes? We heard that one of these scripts potentially had Blade as the 4th character in his own movie. What are you doing? Did you not learn from Blade Trinity? What are you doing? We heard from rumors that they were going to introduce Blade's daughter. How are you going to introduce the daughter and you haven't even introduced the MCU version yet? What are you doing? Then reports came out that Marvel woke up from their slumber. Okay, yes, they were bogged down with all these projects, whatever. After sitting on this for almost a year plus, Kevin Feige came in, fired whatever those previous writers were. The director dropped out, and Kevin Feige came in and was like, we're going to get Blade right. They hired Jan Demange. Yeah, Jan Demange. That was the director that they hired, the second director. And they hired Michael Green. Listen, it was late. They were late. They were dragging their feet with this. But we got some talent. We heard that Mahershala Ali was not happy before, but now that they got these, they got Jan, they got Michael Green, Mahershala said he was happy. And if Mahershala's happy, I'm happy. Michael Green was the guy that gave us Blue Eye Samurai and Logan and Blade Runner. So this is a quality writer. I'm with it. They moved the date for Blade. It was delayed, but hey, I will wait for quality. I'd rather you get it done and get it right. I'll wait. And then last week, we heard the report or the rumor that Michael Green, the writer that Mahershala Ali liked, got dropped off the project. We don't know if he got fired. We don't know. He's just not there. What are we doing? You brought this guy in to fix the story. And I almost forgot to mention, there was a writer's strike, so that did add to the delay too. But you brought this guy in, quality writer, great writer, and now he's off the project. This could only feel like yet another delay. Now, we haven't heard that yet. We haven't heard them moving the, delay the date yet, but it seems like the writing's on the wall. Now, the report, when they said that, Michael Green was going to not be involved, it said that Marvel locked down the story for Blade and they liked it and they at least know what they're doing. That's what the rumor said. But this brings us up to date with the news again, because Blade suffered another L. And that L is that Marvel's Blade just lost the current director, Yann Dimanche. According to this report, it says that Yann Dimanche is no longer directing Marvel Studios' Blade. And here's the thing, this happened a while ago, and it was entirely amicable. So they left on good terms. This wasn't like, oh, he got fired or whatever. No, it just, he's gone. And it says that Marvel veteran writer Eric Pearson is currently working on the Blade script. So y'all know I got to go look at the research. Let's, who is Eric Pearson? Because I don't really know him like that. So let's see. Eric Pearson, as a writer, what have you done? All right, so he did Marvel One Shot, The Consultant. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so he did another one shot. I don't know whatever happened to the hammer, whatever. Okay, he did another one shot, Item 47. Okay, whatever. Damn, he did a lot of one shots. Okay, so he wrote 8 episodes for Agent Carter. Not bad. Okay. He wrote Thor Ragnarok. I'm assuming with Taika Waititi. Not bad. Godzilla versus Kong. You had too many humans. Too many humans. And you did Black Widow. Black Widow was not very strong when it came to the writing. Not very strong. But he doesn't seem like a terrible writer, But at the same time, this depends. If Michael Green wrote, who is I would say a superior writer with a better track record, if Michael Green left them with a good story, and maybe Eric is just kind of doing a couple touch-ups, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe. I don't know. Here's a list of all the writers and directors that have been involved with Blade and taken off. Bassem Tariq, Yann Dimanche. Both of those directors gone. The writers, Stacy Kofer, Bo DeMayo, X-Men 97. That's right. He did write a script for Marvel, and they did not like it. They got rid of him. Michael Starberry, don't know who that is. Nick Pizzialato, don't know. Michael Green, this one still hurts. He's gone. But they do have Eric Pearson right now. We have one more piece of evidence that came in, and this was in a different interview, and it's actually Mahershala Ali's lawyer. It's his lawyer, and the lawyer actually commented in this interview about the Blade movie. Ali's attorney, Shelby Weiser, briefly mentioned the Blade movie with her client, Mahershala Ali. She said that deal was in 2019 and they still haven't shot it, which is pretty much the craziest thing in my professional experience. So, what's interesting to me about that is the fact that, according to rumors, Mahershala Ali has final script approval, which is not something that really happens. Usually, if you sign on for the project, you just gonna do the project because you just the actor. But when you have a 2-time Oscar award winner, you gonna give him a little control. So kudos on him for having the control to make sure he's not involved in trash, right? Like that's a good thing. I'm happy that he has the power and creative control to make sure he's not involved in something terrible that could be a stain on his career. I'm tired of these updates. I've already told y'all I'm ready for the leak culture, the spoiler culture, and the rumor culture to stop because this is frustrating. I don't need to know all the play-by-play stuff. Now, obviously, I'm going to react to it because I got a channel. We talk about news. It is what it is. We can't really avoid it. But I'm tired because usually what's out of sight is out of mind. Yeah, maybe somebody be like, yo, whatever happened to the Blade movie? But these constant reminders, these constant updates of this is delayed, this writer's gone, this director fell out. It's stressful and it's tiring. So I understand that the negativity in terms of the perception of this movie is getting bigger. It's becoming harder to stay optimistic about Blade when you keep getting all these reports. I think that it's interesting that his lawyer would even bring this up because this situation is kind of wild. Now, do delays happen all the time? Yes. Do people come on a script or, writers studios go through multiple writers all the time? This is not uncommon. Directors come and go. This is not uncommon. Just go back and look at the Thor 2 movie. That movie was plagued with director issues. But to have a movie like this for 5 years, 5 years. Listen, we're not talking about no Infinity War type of movie. We're not talking about some $2 billion. We're talking about a low budget action flick that with a dude running around killing vampires. People can shoot and do these movies in 3 months. So I'm a little concerned about maybe there's some other details that we don't know about. With Mahershala having final script approval, it does make me wonder. With his, lawyer saying this, does he even still want to do this? Like, that's my question. Does he still want to do this? Because keep in mind, he just signed on for to be in a Jurassic World movie, and he's got a Tom Hardy movie that he's going to be doing as well. Is he locked into a contract and he's unable to get out? I don't know. The last thing we heard from him directly was that things were going well and he's happy. This is before Michael Green left, though. So I don't know what else to really make of this. But I think that I'm going to try and leave it on a positive note. I'll try. It's hard, but I'll try. One, I'd like to believe that because he has final script approval, that means he wants to make sure that this is done the right way. I've seen Mahershala Ali's interviews with Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes gave his blessing and some great advice to Mahershala Ali. I love that. That to me tells me that Mahershala Ali understands the assignment. He understands the significance of this, and he wants to make sure that this is done right. That's the impression I get. The fact that he even met with Wesley Snipes to talk about this character, this role, what to do, seeking advice, that lets me know this guy cares. I want an actor that cares about the property and the character to be invested. And Mahershala Ali, from what we've been seeing, appears to be that way. That's one positive. A second positive is it is possible that everyone else also cares at Marvel. Because I've told y'all this before. I want Marvel to care about Blade damn near more than they care about Fantastic Four. Why? Because Blade is the property that saved Marvel as a whole. And if without Blade, you wouldn't even have the MCU at all. Okay. But there's more to this interview, to this report. It says, according to an insider with knowledge, getting Blade right is much more important than getting the film out. It goes on to say Marvel does not want to rush something into production that isn't ready. The Blade movies were deeply important to the Marvel brand back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and the team feels an incredible amount of responsibility and pressure to crack the story and the character. I like it. I like it. I just need to see something. Listen, I'm happy to hear that they care. I need to see more. And the way we can see more, and I don't know if they got to do this. Listen, I've already put a post up and I said, Marvel, y'all, somebody got to do an interview. Somebody got to ask Kevin Feige real quick. I want to hear it from your mouth. Blade is important to us. We want Blade to happen. We've had some setbacks, but we gonna get it right. I need to hear this from them. I don't want to hear from no more leakers. I don't want to hear from no more rumors. I want to hear from Marvel. Yo, we made some mistakes. We've hit some bumps in the road, but we gonna make this right. That's what I want to hear. Heck, I'd like to see Blade. I'm just saying, we don't even know what Blade looks like in the MCU. All we have is a voice. That's it. We got a creepy little voice that was talking to Blade to whatever that little Jon Snow dude in Eternals. That's it. For 5 years, y'all could only give us a voice. We don't even know what he looked like. Does he have a different trench coat? Does he have a different haircut? Does he have different sunglasses? We don't know nothing about what Ali's Blade looks like. I'm just saying, even some promo art, something. It's tough. Now, one maybe potential piece of good news, and this now we're getting into speculation. So I'm telling you now, I'm reaching. We heard rumors that in addition to the Blade movie, you also would have Mahershala Ali show up because they're also talking about doing a Midnight Suns movie. And for those of you that don't know, Midnight Suns is basically an ensemble film or ensemble story where Doctor Strange or somebody else will come together, bring in their, let's just say, the supernatural version of the Avengers to go deal with supernatural threats. That's pretty much what it is. So if you're telling me that you're going to give us Blade and then you're going to have him show up in Midnight Suns right after that, I like that idea. I like that. I'm cool. The more Blade, the better for me. Now, according to another report, rumor, maybe, Michael Green left Blade. Marvel has a story that they like, so it's not like they got to go start from scratch. So I'm guessing whatever Michael Green left them was good enough. But we have a report here that's saying Michael Green, as you see in the image above, it says here, our source now heard that Michael Green will be penning the script for the Midnight Suns project. So it is possible that they're making different moves. Maybe Michael Green left them with something in Blade that was really cool, and they're like, you know what? We want you to now go work on Midnight Suns. Again, his track record gives me confidence in whatever he's doing. Logan, Blue Eye Samurai, Blade Runner, the guy's talented. He knows what he's doing. I don't know if this is enough. It's something. And they have not moved the release date. The release date is still November 2025. And let's be honest, it's not going, Blade is not something that needs a lot of CGI. It doesn't need a whole lot of work. They can still shoot Blade in a relatively decent amount of time. We do still have time. I did actually, I don't have sources that deep, but I did get a chance to talk to one of my contacts, old contact, and they did let me know that Marvel is still planning on shooting. I think it was like in Mexico. So that has not been moved or changed. Trying to give y'all a little good news. So production has not been delayed yet. Key thing. One other key thing. We're going to stretch. Listen, I'm telling you, we're going to stretch. Back when they talked about in this article that Jan Demange basically left, it said this happened a while ago. The parting of the director happened a while ago. That means that's not today. Maybe this was weeks ago. Maybe, I don't know. It was a while ago. Didn't Marvel just have an interview with Jordan Peele? Listen. Marvel has a tendency of wanting action, drama, and comedy. Jordan Peele, I don't know about action per se, but he could definitely give you horror, and he could definitely do comedy. Is it possible that they brought him in to do Blade? I don't know. Now, I've already said, if you give me Chad Stahelski, John Wick director, and you give me Beau DeMayo, yeah, bring him back. I don't care if y'all pass on the script. Bring Beau DeMayo back. I don't care. You give me Beau DeMayo, X-Men 97, and Chad Stahelski, director of John Wick 3, you have $1 billion. Easily. $1 billion movie. I'm showing up for that movie 3 times. But if you're telling me Jordan Peele is doing this, You're telling me you're going to bring Jordan Peele in to knock out this new script. You have my interest. You have my interest. And I think that if they can bring Jordan Peele in, just the name cachet, I believe, will be enough to maybe give people the impression that Marvel still cares about Blade. Because I'm not getting that impression. I got the impression that they somewhat cared when they finally hired Michael Green. I was like, okay, that's cool. But it's like, yo, this amount of delays is getting ridiculous. Again, we're not talking about an Avengers level film with 30 actors that you have to coordinate. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a little low budget film about a black man killing vampires. Should not be that hard. But y'all let me know. Are you discouraged with the fact that they lost another director? But maybe are you encouraged if the loss of the director means we get an upgrade and get Jordan Peele? I know some people have said we should just throw this away. I'm sorry, I cannot get there. I am not ready to throw away Blade. Why? Because we don't have enough black lead characters in the first place. I'm not finna sit here and throw this one other good character away. How long we gonna have to wait till the next one? If that. We already lost T'Challa. I gotta lose Blade now because other stuff is happening. I don't want to do that. I don't like this news. It absolutely discourages me. It breaks my heart that we can't get this yet. But I'm not willing to throw this away because of a bunch of rumors and leaks and people online talking. I still want my Blade. I still want to throw a watch party. I still want to, dress up all in black. I still want this to happen. I love the Blade movies when they came out. I love Mahershala Ali as an actor. I still want this to happen. As much as it pains me to hear all this bad news, I want this. I know he getting older. Mahershala, I get it. I know he getting older. And by the way, I need y'all to hold up on something. Please stop saying bring back Wesley Snipes. Okay, please stop. We can have Wesley Snipes back as a cameo in Secret Wars or whatever. That's cool. But you cannot sit here and talk about, hey, Mahershala's getting too old, y'all. Mahershala about to be 50. Man, he might as well just leave. Bring on Wesley. Wesley's 11 years older than him. What are y'all talking about? How you gonna sit here and say Mahershala's too old, but then you want to bring in the even older guy? It don't make sense. Wesley ain't this. What are y'all doing? This ain't Demolition Man Wesley. I mean, thank God. Thank you, Wesley Snipes, for everything you've done. I'm here for the cameos for sure. Give that brother some love all day. I don't want geriatrics, Wesley Snipes coming in being Blade. I mean, I'm saying that in the most respectful way. It's just his time has passed, y'all. Y'all still watching Passenger 57 thinking that Wesley gonna show up. Nino Brown ain't walking through that door now. That's not happening. I mean, let Wesley, let him retire. Let's give him his flowers because he deserves every one of them. But I need y'all to chill. Now, y'all would be better off. Y'all would be better off saying, bring in Michael Jai White. Michael Jai White is still, my man still, and he could, that would make more sense. Now, he's not as good of an actor as Wesley Snipes or Mahershala Ali. But at least, if y'all ready to get rid of Mahershala, which I'm not, but at least make a better recommendation than Wesley. We don't need senior citizens to be Blade. I don't know if y'all forgot, Blade is actually like, he can live for a long time. I don't want to worry about Blade having a heart attack. I'm just saying. Anyway. All right. Guys, What do y'all think about the Blade stuff? Are you optimistic? Are you holding on to a thinner hope? Are you done? Are you moved on? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We did it, y'all. Joe, we did it. What's that? Kamala Harris. Joe, Joe, we did it. We did it, y'all. No 3 hours. I told y'all we was gonna make it. And I got time. We got time for 2 episodes. I don't know. Marriage, what you got? They want, I guess, Marvel wants to emasculate him in the movie. I bet he isn't having it. So I would disagree. I don't think we have enough evidence to believe that. Mainly because the scripts that supposedly had him being decreased, they're not moving forward with that. They're not. So I don't know where you're getting the idea from that they want to emasculate him, because from all the rumors and all the reports we're hearing so far, that's not what they're trying to do. So I'm not jumping to that conclusion because I haven't seen any evidence of that. But thank you so much for the support, guys. That's it. We are done. I'm done. I want to thank y'all so much for hanging out. I want to thank y'all so much for supporting the channel. We will be back Monday. Oh snap. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. What's happening? Hold on. Look, Loki, wait a minute. Loki, you already Loki with the $25 Cash App. Thank you so much. Says happy Father's Day, E-Man. Thank you so much again for keeping the lights on. I appreciate you so much. Loki, you're hooking us up. You're hooking us up. Thank you so much for that. What was I saying? Monday we'll be back. Dem Dragons, y'all, we back in action. Dem Dragons, we'll be talking about it. So let's make sure that we are back here. Wednesday we will be doing the Acolyte. So we'll be talking about that. Oh, by the way, if this is not a guarantee, so I don't know if I can talk to the people from the Acolyte, what y'all want me to say? What questions y'all want me to ask? I might. It's not guaranteed. I don't know if I'm gonna have it, but if I could, let me know, because I'm gonna have, leave some stuff on the replay, some questions. Let's figure it out. But anyway, guys, Monday we'll be back. Wednesday we'll be back. And then of course every Friday we'll be back. But Dem Dragons, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. I hope y'all rewatching too, by the way. Definitely rewatch, because there's a lot of stuff I've been missing, and I'm like, yo, Damon was right. Yeah. And we'll talk about it. Guys, I want to wish all the fathers and daddies out there, and all the stepdaddies, the step-in fathers, the father figures. I want to wish y'all a happy Father's Day. Enjoy yourself. Hey, King, relax. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Kick your feet up. Okay? Listen, order that pizza. It's all right. Get them wings. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? If you smoke, fine. Get that cigar. Whatever you got to do to take care of you, enjoy your time out there. All right, guys, I want to thank you once again. Appreciate y'all. Have a fantastic and safe weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there. You know the routine. Wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.